We are live. What is going on, everyone? Thank you all so very much for being here. Anyone that's coming in at this time, hanging out with us, we really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Take time out of your day, spend with little old us. Anybody that's watching this on the replay, thank you so much. We really do appreciate it. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and here we are. How you doing, Jake?
I am good. I just witnessed the LA Lakers bully, just bully Washington, and it was just like I'm just talking about that. Yes, exactly. Just oh, how about you, man? How are you?
Dirty. I love it. I love it. Anthony Davis got Anthony Davis even got Player of the Week. So that's good.
As he should.
He
Big
should have got it last
55.
week. They gave it to Aiton last week. And my
Yeah,
problem with that is like Aiton had like your typical like big man game. Like he was like 22, 10 and 5 or something like that. Like it
yeah,
wasn't anything like standout. And then like you look at Davis's stats and he's like 40. he's like 40, 20, and 10. And you're like,
yeah.
dude, Davis just like doubled all of his stats to get. So I'm glad he got it this week. It was long overdue. He needed it. He deserved it. But more so than anything, we're winning, and that's good.
Yeah. Yeah,
You know,
man.
um,
Absolutely.
we got to just keep that up. We got to keep riding this wave. We got the Cavs tomorrow.
Mhm.
So that'll be interesting to see how that game goes. That should be a winnable game. And then the next day, because we got back to back, we play the Raptors. Um, I wouldn't be shocked if we lose one of those games. I actually think we might lose that Raptors game.
Really?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah, because
Because we have the
chances
Raptors and who else you said?
the Cavs and the Raptors.
The Cavs and the Raptors. See, I see us losing the Cavs game, but I see us
See,
winning
I
the
don't think
Raptors.
so because LeBron's going to be there for that game. He wasn't. So I think LeBron. And it's in Cleveland. I think LeBron's going to have a monster game. They're going to beat Cleveland because I think it's LeBron in Cleveland to smack his hometown. So I think he has a monster game in Cleveland, and then I think him and Anthony Davis probably rest,
Yeah,
and then they end up playing the back to back with just Russ and everyone else uh, come against Toronto,
yeah,
and I think we probably lose that game to Toronto. I wouldn't be shocked if we won because I think that's the game that Russ has puts up like a 30-point triple double. But if we lost, I wouldn't be shocked because I don't think that they're going to play both guys on the back to back. Maybe they play
Oh,
LeBron.
I see what you're saying. Like they're gonna say either AD or Braun.
Yeah, I think very likely they'll give AD rest. I wouldn't be shocked if they give both of them rest because
Yeah,
LeBron keeps spraining his ankle like every game. That dude's like rolled his
yeah,
ankle. So I think because the thing is, if they give both of them off against Toronto, one Toronto isn't so good to where like our bench guys with Russ can't beat them. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Like we're not playing like the Celtics or something like that, right? We're playing
yeah,
playing a Toronto team. Um, so I think one, you do that, and two, if they rest Russ, then that would give those two guys like 4 days or whatever to like
yeah,
rest up and get themselves right.
yeah. No, I would agree. I but I don't know the way we're winning right now. Like if we win both, I won't be shocked. But I don't know that Cavs game. I don't know. They're different this year. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
I get LeBron will be there for that. I mean, but then again, that is true. Like when LeBron has a game that he's like he has not he feels like he has something to improve, but when it's a game like that, his old team, he may go crazy. He may just explode.
Yeah. Well, and I think that's a game because they had a problem because we already played them once. We should have beat them the first time. Um, but that game, one, they had no answer for Anthony Davis, and Anthony Davis wasn't playing like a monster like he is right now. He had like a
Yeah,
pedestrian game, and they still couldn't stop him. Two, they're undersized guards. Like we were killing them. Like, and that should continue. Like Rush
yeah,
should have a strong game against the Cavs. Like Schroeder should have a strong game against the Cavs because like Donovan Mitchell and Garland aren't, Darius Garland. They're not guarding Russell Westbrook and
yeah,
Dennis Schroeder. They're just not. Like so. You know, I think that's the game. That's the game that I hope Beverly doesn't start. Like, because you have two just not very good defensive backcourt players.
Yeah.
Like, you should exploit that. You know, Austin Reeves and Walker should be the starting guards. Should be starting next to Schroeder. So my starting five for that would be, it'd be Schroeder, Walker, Austin Reeves, or Troy Brown. I wouldn't mind Troy Brown either. And then Davis, or LeBron and Davis. And then because Mobley's going to get killed by LeBron. They're not going to have Allen. So they already have trouble guarding Anthony Davis. They're going to have even more trouble guarding Anthony Davis because they're not going to have their big center.
Yeah. And he woken up. So all these earlier teams that we played, it's going to look different. They got to face a different AD. They're not even going to see the same AD. Something has clicked inside him where he was like LeBron said, he's like the dragon or whatever LeBron said, the dragon is woken up or whatever. But I question though, how much do you I don't know. When I see AD's success, and don't get me wrong, it's him, it really is. But I gotta give Russ, even if it's just a little bit of credit, I gotta give Russ credit.
A lot of it is Russ. A lot of it is.
And that's why I feel like everybody is forgetting or not seeing on the court. But when you watch the games, a lot of that, again, AD's gonna be an AD, but the chemistry and the knowing when to feed and just I give a lot of credit to Russ because
20 of his 55 last night came from Russ.
Well, Russ had 14 assists, I think.
He had 15 assists.
That's crazy.
And 10 of them were to Anthony Davis.
Yeah, his feeds last or not 2 nights or whenever the game was, but his feeds, oh my goodness, just finding tiny little pockets,
He's doing a real job. He's doing a really good job of just playing, and we've talked about it before, just playing distributor.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. I was talking to people in the post game stream, and I was telling people, you got to understand, because people were Russ, because he had 6 points or whatever. People were upset about that. I'm you got to understand, that's not his role anymore. The Lakers don't need him to score 40. The Lakers need him to go and lead the team in assists.
As long as AD is going to play like this, they don't need him to score 40.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But here's the thing about Russ is that everybody knows he could just go get 20 if he wants to.
Yeah.
You got it. I give Russ all the credit in the world that he's willing to sacrifice that way. He's willing to take a step back and say, okay, I will play distributor. The comparison that I made was if Chris Paul put up, took 3 shots and gave you 6 points and gave you 12 assists, everyone would be ranting and raving, point guard, if the Suns win, everybody would be talking about how Chris Paul is the greatest point guard ever. And look at that just masterful display, 12 assists, just slicing and dicing and controlling the game and blah, 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 blah. That's the point guard. But because it's Russ, people are Russ, he had a bad game. And I'm what are you talking? What bad game? The dude did everything you could ask for. And people are yeah, but he had 6 turnovers. I'm he's a high usage player. LeBron had 5. He's a high usage. He's going to turn the ball over. It's going to happen.
But when you have a night 14 assists, I'm sorry, but the 6 turnovers, when we win like that, you overlook that to a certain extent, do you not? When we win by that margin, I understand that those turnovers, but when you have such a great defense, how we do, you can kind of overlook some of the turnovers. You know what I mean? It's not the end of the world, especially when he's being as productive and as crucial as he's been. You know what I mean? It's not like Russ is giving us in points or rebounds or assists that don't matter. A lot of these plays are really crucial if you really think about it. If you take his clutch plays and you take all of the those in the moment plays that Russ has, you take them out of the game. There's a lot of these games that we won that we probably either would have probably came really, really close or not have won, just because he's running the offense right now. He's the best. And it's weird that he's not starting even at that. When I think about how he's not starting, I'm just I go back to, but it works somehow. I don't know. Darvin Ham, when this is all said and done, if he could, he's gonna get kudos. He gets right now. He already gets some kudos in my book, but
he figured it out. I mean,
he did.
And you got to give Russ a lot of credit, because
you do.
he's the one that made the sacrifice. I mean, he's done everything. Like, and
no
like I
other
said,
player, a lot of other players would not have of his caliber.
I mean, player like look at
Like you
Allen,
said before,
Allen Iverson.
Allen or Carmelo.
Yeah, it literally took Melo getting kicked out of the league to realize like I got to change. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
and that's the thing. Like LeBron, I mean Russ, I still think he needs to figure out how to balance the two,
yeah.
right? Like he's gone, which is going to take time. The dude literally changed his game overnight. Like literally, like he went from being a specific player for 15 years or whatever to like completely changing his entire game. Literally, like overnight, was like, okay, fine, I'll come off the bench, I'll be a distributor, this, that, and the other. Like that's
hard to do. Like, exactly, when you only know how to do one thing, that's really hard to do.
Yeah, and so the fact that he was able to do that is a huge testament. But beyond that, he's right now able to fill in that role as distributor. As soon as he can kind of pick it, because he is doing a better job of being patient, of picking and choosing, of just making the smarter play. As soon as he figures out how to put the playmaking with the scoring, watch out, because I think that'll take the Lakers to another level.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about having to go and score 20, because I mean, if you're getting but I'm saying, like, if he can consistently night in and night out go get like 16 points a game and give you 10 plus assists, that's going to take the Lakers to another level. It is because he's already giving you like, and this is something else that I made a point, like, I would rather Russ play the way he's playing right now and chip in like 8 to 10 points or whatever than like him be in score mode and get us, let's say he goes and gets us like 20 points, because because
it's 36 versus 20.
Exactly. He's equating for more points and more production and getting other guys involved, which is important for like, the season and guys' confidence and all of those things. So yeah, I would rather take Russ, 12 assists and like 8 to 10 points than 20-point Russ with like 2 or 3 assists, because you're getting more overall production. So I really like what we're seeing with Russ, and I hope he keeps it up, which I imagine he will. I don't see him just saying, I don't want to do this no more, right? Like, and then on top of that, Anthony Davis playing the way he's playing, he's the best player on the planet playing this way.
Yeah.
Hands down. Like, look, Giannis is the best player just because of his body of work and like what he's done over the last, several seasons. But this Anthony Davis we're seeing right now, there's nobody better.
Well, at this moment in time, you got to give it to AD.
Yeah, exactly. Because AD can do everything Giannis can and then some. He provides the defense. He can dribble the ball and get downhill, which we've seen. He's not as big of a bulldozer as like Giannis is, but he's still very agile. He can handle the ball like him. He can do everything. But he's also a better shooter. He's a better passer. He's he's better free throw shooter. All of those things. Those are huge. And so I really like what we're seeing from Anthony Davis right now. LeBron seems to have kind of bought in and accepted that like 80's one, I'm two, which hopefully he maintains. My concern is, like AD has a bad game or two, which is going to happen because everyone has bad games, right? Like my concern is that happens, and then LeBron kind of gets back to like just kind of being LeBron. But
I mean, another thing is too, kind of going back a little bit. Like we talked about Russ having to like switch his game, but like if you look at AD, I mean, like to the extent too, because he played the 4 back in New Orleans, like that more agile 4. But now I think we could call him a true 5 now. You know what I mean? But a true 5 that can also shoot the ball, decently when he's on.
He's a bigger mismatch at the 5.
Yeah. I mean, maybe it's a stretch to say a true 5 yet. Maybe just a little bit. But like he's, like you can't look at that last game that we played and say, this guy is like meant to play center. You know what I mean? Like, so he's had to change his game too. That's why I give him credit. You know what I mean? Because he hasn't always had to play like this in his career.
I can't remember who it was, but it was one of the sports guys for the Lakers was saying this level of Anthony Davis is like Shaquille O'Neal's dominance with like Hakeem's defense,
Yeah.
and I think that's really interesting, because
Wait,
it's
so what are
really
we talking? Shaq's offense with
Shaq's dominance
Shaq's
with
dominance.
Shaq's dominance with Hakeem's defense, like the footwork, the shot blocking, all of that. And like when you think about it, like it sounds silly, but it's really not that far. Like right now, Anthony Davis is that dominant, and he's just bullying everybody. And then on the defensive end, Shaq was good defensively down low, but he was just such a big body. Like Hakeem was the one that could cover ground and be the help defender and actually move with defenders and stuff, and his footwork and all that stuff. Right? Like that was a huge thing. And
versus where Shaq just relied on his strength. You bump into Shaq.
Shaq was just bigger than everybody.
Exactly.
Shaq was just two centers put into one. And so I mean,
Shaq dominance. That's bold. That's a bold statement, though. That's.
I mean, but it is. But when you put it in perspective, of like now, like what he's doing to like today's NBA, it is that. He's not doing it all on like the perimeter. Like even Embiid, right? Like you see Embiid, like Embiid will go get 50, but it's like he goes like 5 of 6 from 3 and it hits like, and he's like 5 of 6 from like mid range. And then like he has like maybe 20 points on the interior, or it's all free throws or whatever, right? Like Anthony Davis is doing that.
All free throws.
Like Anthony Davis is doing this. Like he put up 44 and 55 on like just in the interior.
That's kind of crazy though too. Yeah, because a lot of those points you got to fight for, because he's getting the rebounds and then bring him down, then putting it back up. So like
exactly.
Yeah. So no, I mean I see what you're saying. So it's almost to a higher degree of difficulty, almost.
Yeah. Well, because I mean even last night, Davis took 3 3-pointers and was 2 of 3 from 3. Right. Yeah. So like he only had 6 points from 3. And then he took 5 or 6 mid-range jumpers, and he was like 3 or 4 of 6, I think, from mid-range. So there's another 8 points. So he had 14 of his 55 was outside of the bank basically. So that means he had basically 40 points just dominating, in that stretch. That's insane.
Well, I know that is insane, and I'll give him this too. Not only does he has to read the defense. So when Russ comes for the screen, he has to like read the defense, roll off, then find where he could finish at the rim. Like if you really think about it, like some of the traffic lanes that he has to finish in is crazy.
It's insane. And he has everybody on him, guarding him, double teaming him.
That's what I'm saying. There was 2 or 3 people a lot of times in like these 40 and 50 point games where it's not just like an easy bucket. He has to like fight through contact and then get the bucket.
Yeah, it's absolutely insane. It is absolutely dominant.
That's what I'm saying. If he starts shooting again,
so he's shooting 33% from 3 this year.
Yeah.
So if he can kind of just maintain that, like we don't need, because I don't want him taking like, though my biggest fear is that he goes up to like 40% from 3, because if that happens, he's gonna take like 5 or 6 threes a game, and I don't want that.
Yeah, we can't. Yeah.
Dominate. Stick to what's working. Trade Russ? Absolutely not.
No.
Unless it's for like Kyrie or something. Here's an interesting thought. If Lakers get into the playoffs, they could end up having MVP, Defense Player, Coach of the Year, 6th Man of the Year, and maybe Most Improved Player with Reeves and Lonnie, plus LeBron scoring title. It wouldn't shock me. And if they were to, I really think if the Lakers win the championship this year, not saying they will, but if they did, I really think Anthony Davis completes the trifecta. I really think he gets.
So we're talking. Yeah, no, sorry, go ahead. Yeah, you actually just gonna say what I was gonna say. Go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think he gets MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, and Finals MVP.
Okay, and no, I can see that. That's definitely reachable. Darvin Ham, Coach of the Year. Okay, all right, all right. Hashtag Darvin Coach of the Year. I'll give it to you.
Yo, what's up, Tyler and Jake? How are you all day? Anything exciting or just a chill day? Just a chill day for the most part. For me personally, just working, and then took the kids to go get a Christmas tree right? And so that way we could decorate the tree and everything like that. So doing all that stuff, and then other than that, just work, work, work. What about you, Jake?
Yeah, it was a chill day. I was at work all day, but it was very very chill. It's a rainy day over here, so it was like foggy, and I don't know if you guys ever watched like Vampire Diaries, but just picture nothing in the air but fog. Just yeah. So it was one of those
Okay.
days.
Fucking it. LeBron's not getting scoring title this season with so many people averaging over 30. There's a lot of players averaging like 30. There's like a couple of players averaging like 34 right now. Russ is proving to be an integral part of the team. AD would not have these crazy stats without Russ finding him on the court. Absolutely. He's
But
a huge, huge, huge part
that's what I'm
of
saying, Rich.
the Lakers' success and AD's success. Seriously. I think things about CP3 is his IQ and the way he's able to control the game, especially when he's was a couple years younger. He was up there with LeBron when I was a kid as far as IQ. Oh no, Chris Paul has hands down one of the best IQs I think ever. Like there's no doubting his IQ. It's not. I'm not saying that like Russ is smart or anything like that. Like him. My point is that like there are other players that if they went and gave 15 assists and only gave 6 points, everyone would be praising those players. But with Russ, it's like, oh, Russ sucks. And it's like, what? Like, what are you talking about? Like the dude literally like helped control, dictate, and dominate that game. Ard from an OG to get his nap with notification bells, raining dogs barking, trade Russ clinging in my head. Good Lord, leave Russ alone before Tyler has a stroke. Meanwhile, get me PJ Washington. First off, Raymond, thank you. I appreciate you. And secondly, yes, I would love PJ Washington if they could figure out a way to get PJ. Let's go get PJ. What's up, Wayne? How you doing? Hi, Sports Decided. What's up? It is 22:10 p.m. Tuesday. Living in the future. Living in the future, Wayne. The problem with AD, he appears as much as Mike Myers does in Halloween Ends. Hey, he's been good so far. He really has. He's been good so far. We'll see.
I haven't seen it. No spoilers.
We will see that. AD is a mixture of Shaq and KD. I mean, yeah. I mean, right now he is just lethal. AD is not on an island. He works well now with his team, who prioritizes him. Yes, exactly. They're actually looking for him and trying to set him up. 18 plus 17 is 13 equals 48. 18 minutes. Davis solo 5. 17 minutes. AD 13 minutes. Turner solo 5. 35 minutes, MT, 30 minutes. Always have defensive acres and screens in the pick and roll. Oh, you're talking about like to have Davis and Turner? Yeah, I mean,
that was some crazy math.
You can, I mean, like I said, you can make it work. It's just it could be very challenging. This Cleveland game, I know I can't wait for this. I am excited for it. We'll see how it goes. Just like how prime LeBron was a mixture of Jordan and Magic. Yeah, that's fair.
Okay.
The male Lauren Jackson. The Cleveland game will be another statement game. I have to pull this off. Agreed. This is going to be huge for. It's going to be huge for.
Is it okay? Now, is it Milwaukee huge or is it just?
Nah,
it's huge for the momentum.
I mean, it's good. It's good to just keep it there. Try to get. I think we get to 500. Before this road trip is over. I think we win one of the Cavs Raptors games, and then I think we get, and then I wouldn't be shocked if we beat Philly, and I'm trying to think of who the other team is, but anyway, like I think we get to 500 during this. Problem is after this we got after this like road stretch we have like a tough stretch. We got like Boston, like Phoenix again, like we have like 3 of the top 5 teams.
If we can get that Boston game, that would be huge too. That like a Boston, huge. Clippers, Warriors. My question for the Philly game is Harden injured right now? Right.
So Harden's first game back is tonight, and he's on he's on minute restriction though.
Okay.
So we'll see how he plays and how he does. But even with Harden, I think we can win that. Let's see. Salute, Jake. Salute, Tyler. What is up? What is up? What is up, SM? Appreciate you. Russ accepted his 6-man role, which people said he would never do. And now that he did, they're saying he's making too much money to be a 6-man, man. You just can't win. People are always going to find an excuse and reason to criticize rather than just accepting they were wrong, and 2, accepting that, like, hey, maybe it's working. Yo, sorry I'm late. I'm here. How are we doing today? What is up, Snorlax? Wonderful. I am wonderful. What about you, Jake?
I am good. I'm good.
Skywalker for most improved. Yeah, I'm with it. Most improved player. We are miles away from 18. Bev none. Bryant 1 first for Turner. Nah, he ain't trading Brown.
I see what you did there. We are miles away. Yeah,
we are miles away.
I see the play on words there.
Slick. I love it. 80 is rocking because his mentality is better and the team is all on board. Yeah, that's the thing. Everyone's accepted. Like, okay, like this is his team now, which is good. That should have been the case. Ham deserves Coach of the Year for what he's been able to accomplish so far with the rest, of my opinion. Yeah, right. Seriously.
Yes. I mean, facts. I mean, because no coaches have been able to kind of make sense of it until now, if you think about
it. Yeah. Raymond said, you missed out, Jake. I had the hookup on Beats by Dre.
Wait, what? Raymond.
You blew
it. Pass me the hookup.
Agree. Keep Russ not to be chosen. Yeah, exactly. Chris Paul's been involved with some controversy. Yeah, the whole Kim K thing. Kanye putting him on blast.
Wait. What? Big T, what?
Kanye posted on, I think it was Twitter or something like that. He posted an image of Chris Paul and said, I found this guy in bed with Kim K. Basically saying that, like, he walked in on Chris Paul smashing Kim.
Wait, what?
So I mean, I don't know how true that is, but supposedly.
Yo.
Yep. Go check their schedule. Lakers about to have all the leverage, and I wouldn't be shocked. They're starting to come back down to earth too. Yes, Ham is great at getting teams to buy in. Yeah, he's just good. He's just one of those guys that, like, you believe in. You hear him talk, and you hear, like, his, like, he's just like, you just, like, want to run through a wall for him. Any predictions on which team the Lakers are playing on Christmas? Not sure if the Xmas games have been announced yet. They are. I don't remember who it is off the top of my head.
You are. They okay? Gotcha. I was like, I got a prediction. I would like to see Warriors. Warriors would be nice. Why Tyler check this out? No, Warrior would be nice. I would love to see that.
I'm trying to remember who it is.
Okay,
here we go. So it's that's who it was, the Mavericks. So it's Sixers, Knicks, Lakers, Mavericks, Bucks, Celtics, Grizzlies, Warriors, Suns, Nuggets. That's who it was, the Mavericks. It's Luka versus LeBron for Christmas.
More like Luka versus AD, but not really, because those two won't really.
Yeah, so that I think we get the dub on Christmas. Not just that, but we, like, LeBron in the Lakers, usually, even last year, we were beating Luka and the Mavs and stuff. That was the game that Reeves hit the game winner on. That was like one of the few we won.
And by the way, did you know that's his favorite player in the league right now? Luka? Bronze. That's Bron's favorite player in the league is Luka.
I don't blame him. Yeah, I mean, Luka's.
I mean, no, I get Luka
to LeBron.
Luka's. Wait, whoa! What? You think so?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's the closest thing to LeBron.
Now I have a question. So, wait, why is it Zion? Like, I would automatically assume Zion, but maybe because Luka is a little bit more well-rounded.
He's more well-rounded. The passing, shooting, the scoring.
Yeah. Okay.
He's more refined.
Hey, if Zion could get a really nice shot in him, like he kind of had back in, like, before he came to the league.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Great. Bring them all on. We are going to have to face them eventually anyways. Better to face them now. See where we stand. Agreed. I will take it. Especially with the way the Lakers are playing right now. I'll take on anybody right now. Bron is going to mincemeat his old team. But we will get the Cavs best. They'll become a great team. Yeah, I mean, we're definitely going to get the Cavs best for sure. But I trust us to get the win. I like where we're at. I think we'll get it done. Real quick though, I am seeing a lot of new faces in this stream. I really appreciate you. So if you're not subscribed, subscribe to the channel. We're trying to get to 3K before the end of the year. So like the video, subscribe to the channel, help us out. I know many of you are subscribed to As It Stands Lakers. Subscribe over here too. Subscribe over here too. I'd really appreciate that. Or we would really appreciate that. Sadly, got to go back to work here in Sydney, Australia. Thanks for having me, Golden State Warriors for life. Wayne, appreciate you, love you, man. But
Australia,
Lakers.
Later,
It's
Wayne.
all about them. Jared Allen isn't playing tomorrow, and no way Evan Mobley can keep up with AD at this rate. I also expect a huge game from Braun too, since we don't have anyone that can stop him. Yeah, this should be a monster game from both of them. This should be something that. Rich, I can't. I don't want to pull that up.
I was.
I don't. Well, it's just because YouTube like.
Well, no, I got you. I think me and you read it at the same time, and I was like,
yeah.
I froze, and I was like, oh.
But yeah, he's man. There's something going on, man.
Yeah.
He needs to get some help for real. It's
No,
sad,
like,
it's sad to see this fall.
Yeah, no, really, yeah.
It is, and see the problem is that you got so many people that are condoning him. Like that's the thing. You got so many people that are like, oh, Kanye is this, and like he can do no wrong. Problem is like he's just getting worse. Like there was some stuff that was like, all right, like that's stupid, but whatever, do you, man? And like, people are supporting, oh, he's, speaking the truth, whatever. Okay, fine. But now look, because he's gotten, it's continued to get worse. It's continued to get bigger. And like that's a big, big problem.
No, I agree. And I will say he definitely like needs like help. And the thing is, like, I don't know, like, I'll be honest with you, like when I was young, like young, I grew up listening to Kanye. That's what we listen to. But like it's just nowadays, it's just unfortunately, it's just
he's it's rough, but Toronto game a hard one as a back-to-back. Agreed. Mavericks on Christmas Day. Yes, I cannot wait for that. Lakers are one starting caliber win away from competing nightly. AD Brown, Lonnie Schroeder, and an Ubi or PJ Washington. I would love either of those. I don't think we'd be able to get OG, but if there's ever a possibility, I would. And especially this year, he is balling right now. Two, I would absolutely love if AD won MVP, but with the way Tatum is playing and how much the Celtics have been winning, I don't know how AD wins it. If Lakers get a top 6 seed, maybe. I don't. The Lakers have to make the playoffs. If the Lakers don't make the playoffs, he ain't gonna get. Like if they're a play-in team, AD ain't gonna get it. AD could average 50, 20, and 20 the rest of the season, and if they don't make the playoffs, he won't get it.
See, but okay, should we change that about the NBA? Because I get it. Because it's like what the argument is like. Okay, if you're such a great star, outstanding player, why is your team making the playoffs? You know what I mean? And that's like, that's hard. That's hard for me because it's like I don't know if we should, like, you know what I mean? Like let's say AD averages 50, 20, and 20, like you said, something crazy like that, right? But then they don't make the playoffs. It's like, dang, you give it to a player that was less than, but then I understand the premise of it. But my question to you is, should we change that? Because it's just, I feel both sides of it. I really do. Because it's like, I get the argument. But like, I don't know. Where do you stand on that?
No, I think if you don't make the playoffs, you don't deserve MVP. Because I mean, like, unless you're just on a team, that like, that's just terrible. You know what I mean? But that's not the Lakers. Like you got LeBron James, stuff like that. Like all that needs to be accounted. Like you should be a playoff team, especially if Anthony Davis is playing to that level. So like I just can't, especially if there's guys playing like like the way Tatum's playing right now. Like there's just no way. Even if it's like, slightly, AD's just, say he's like 5 points better. Like you got to give it to Tatum because Tatum was able to lead his team. Tatum was.
But what if it won't be? What if it's crazy like 10 points? Like what if it's something? It's never that far.
If you don't make the playoffs, I don't think you deserve it. Unless, like I said, unless it's a team that's just something like like LeBron's first season in the league. Like if LeBron was putting up the numbers he's put up now, is with the team he had his first season in the league, and they didn't give that man the MVP, right? Like, you got to at least be able to get close. Like I just think like there's always going to be somebody that you can make an argument for that deserves it. And is that player in the playoffs? Okay, sure, then give it to him. I think if AD gets to the 6th seed, which is the lowest he could get to get into the playoffs, and the Celtics are far and away the 1 seed, I still think they give it to Anthony Davis. I think they will look for whatever excuse they can and give it to Anthony Davis. Love hearing the crying about Russ's 6 turnovers, 15 assists, and 6 turnovers, around 2.5 to 1 ratio, and his career just over 2.1. Yeah, I agree. It's silly. It's just people hating just easily going to be an all-star starter this season, the way at least, and will probably be top 3 in MVP at worst. Yeah, agree. As it stands, who do you think won Donovan Mitchell trade? I definitely think Cavs. I think Cavs, because I think Donovan Mitchell is like everything the Cavs needed. I think Sexton has the 4th worst, and he's still kind of that player still, even this year. But he has the 4th worst plus minus out of any player in NBA history in their first 4 years. The fourth worst in NBA history. That's bad. That's bad. Like that's bad. The other 3 ahead of him are guys that like played like 2 years in the league. Like it's like bad. Like and that's why the Cavs didn't want to pay him. So I mean the Cavs gave up peanuts for an all-star. Lauri Markkanen, he's looked great. He's fantastic. He might turn into something. So I think worst case, maybe it's a wash at one point, but I think Cavs won the Mitchell trade. Our perimeter defense will be tested against Cleveland, though. As much as I hate to say this, I think we missed Pat Bev in our first game against Cleveland. He could have made things harder for Donovan Mitchell and DG. Yeah, I mean, he could have, but I mean, our problem
would
here.
He? Patrick Beverly could have done a lot of things. But...
Yeah, Patrick Beverly could, maybe contribute more than 0 points. There's a lot of things he could do. But to each their own. No, but like no, I do get what he's saying. Like I just think like our perimeter defense is a problem regardless. But yeah, maybe he could just maybe give us 1 basket. Utah won those trades hands down. See, I don't think so. I disagree. I think Donovan Mitchell is perfect for Cleveland.
Yeah,
like perfect.
Yeah.
They're still playing winning basketball without the former top 2 best players in a Hall. Yeah, but they're coming down to earth quick. They started off hot, and they're starting to average out, and they've fallen off of a cliff. Stream doing well, better than expected. Back to sleep. My job here is done. Let it be known. Everything happens right now with the Lakers. I predicted all of it. Ask Tyler Bates out. I appreciate you, Raymond. Enjoy your sleep. Enjoy your nap, man. It's mental illness. Kanye is not well. Yeah, agree. I mean, he's admitted it. He's like he knows that he has it. He has to take medication for it, and he doesn't want to take the medication for it.
He needs help. Like it's like I really wish like somebody like just get him help because
the problem
it's not okay.
The problem is he's too powerful and he won't listen to anybody.
Yeah,
like he doesn't like that's the problem is that he's not like you and me where if it was you I'd be like Jake, take your medicine or I'm going to come over there and shove it down your throat. Like who's going to tell Kanye that? Who's going to tell the problem is he's surrounded by a bunch of yes sirs and people that condone him rather than telling him like, look, dude, like you're not good, you're not okay, like take your medication. I know it sucks, I don't like how you feel, whatever, but like you're just destroying yourself. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like, and the people around him. It's sad. He's gonna
end up being the next one that's like on a conservatorship and everything. He's gonna be the next like Britney. Watch.
Yeah.
He is. He's gonna end up being the next like Britney. Like that.
It's like he went too far. It's like stop. Like just I think like just take the phones away from him, take the cameras away from him. He needs to be,
Yeah.
you know.
It's just like I said, it's just too many people. He just has too many people that are just, hyping him up, and too many fans. Like, you have all these fans that, like, he can do no wrong, and they're just feeding into his ego. And like, so he thinks like, yeah, he says something like that, and like all his fans are like, no, it was this. He didn't mean it like that. He meant it like that. Like, no, you're stupid. He meant it exactly how he said it because he doubled down on it. Like, like, stop trying to justify for his stupidity. Like, it is what it is. Like, and people are trying to find all this, like, hidden meanings and messages in like his words. And it's like, maybe it's just straightforward. Maybe he's just being anti-Semitic. Maybe he's just saying stupid stuff right now because there's something going on with him. Like, it sucks. I hate to see. I grew up with Kanye.
That's what I said. Yeah, like it's like to see, but like the truth is the truth.
Through the Wire, all that stuff. Watched him like when he was a producer that was like, making beats and stuff for other people, and then to see him like grow like my entire life, and then get to this point and have to watch him just like crumble and just like fall apart. Like, it sucks. But like, he doesn't want to get help, and he doesn't have anybody that'll put him in his place. He doesn't have anybody that'll be like, dude, get it together. Do what you got to do. You know what I mean? He doesn't have any real people around him that are telling him like, hey, you're messing up here, dude. So it sucks. But what are you gonna do? Utah definitely robbed Minnesota. Yeah. See, Utah definitely robbed Minnesota. Facts. What would a trade look like? Bojan Bogdanovic was available. That one trade, I'm hoping we can pull up. I really think we can, because Detroit has no purpose for Bojan Bogdanovic. Like, they're tanking. They're not very good. They're not going to be very good for the next few years. Like, what's the point of Bojan being there? And Bojan signed. I don't think Bojan would have signed that contract if he couldn't have been traded. Yeah. Like, so he signed that contract and he could still be traded. So I think he was looking at it as like, people's concern is commitment, because the Lakers didn't want to trade for him because they were worried about his commitment. That they were worried that he wanted 4 years, like a 4-year contract. That was a big concern. Well, he just showed, no, that's not the case, and just signed a 2-year extension, which also falls in line with LeBron's tenure, right? Yeah. Because LeBron, after this season, has 2 more years. So him, Anthony, like basically all their guys would all expire when LeBron can make his decision to leave or not. So if that's the case, then it's like a perfect idea. But my guess is it would be Bojan Bogdanovic and Saddiq Bey for a first and maybe a second. That would be my guess.
So you wouldn't do it for 2 firsts?
Oh, absolutely not. No, never. I would even be reluctant to give 1 first for Bojan, but just because of his age and stuff like that. But like the Lakers I really think Lakers are like a Bojan away from being like legit contenders. Like, you're talking about a 20-point per game guy. He's 50, 40, 90, can shoot, create, do a little bit of everything. Like, he's a guy that you can justify making that for. And if you can get Saddiq Bey, who you can have for the next like 4 to 5 years minimum, he's young. He's under contract for at least 2 years, so you don't have to pay him until the end of next year. So like no matter how you shake it, like that, I think that'd be good. 3-and-D guy. I think you could justify that, right?
So now Saddiq helps out with the wing defense, right? A little bit.
Well, Bojan, not really so much. Bojan at least tries.
Not Bojan, but like Saddiq a little bit.
But Saddiq Bey.
No, that's what I was saying. Yeah.
Like yes, and so he has all the intangibles because he's young, athletic. He's got good size, good length, good everything. Yeah. He hasn't been a great defender. He's had his moments, but he's not like a lot. He's not locking dudes down. But
he doesn't have like Christie tendencies to like
he's not like that. But I will say though, he's also hasn't been on a team that's been very like defensive oriented. You know what I mean? Like, so like his coaches that he's had have all been like one, and that's why he's been a scorer. So, maybe Darvin Ham can kind of get him to buy in defensively also and be like, look, dude, if you want playing time, you got to play some defense here. You know what I mean? So
because Ham is definitely a defensive first person.
Yeah.
I think that's why Christie gets the time he gets. Everybody gives him so much flack for it, but I think that's why he gets the time he gets, because he can play defense.
The criteria of winning MVP changes every year due to new narratives. That's very true. I'm still not over LeBron not winning MVP in 2020. Yeah, I agree. It does change. It changes based on what the media and everyone. Raymond Tucker still don't understand the Bogdanovich giveaway, but Ainge killed that offseason. It seems like he was thumbing his nose at Rob Pelinka. He wanted an unprotected first. Yeah, he was being greedy. But hey, his loss is going to be very likely. It's going to be Utah's game, or not Utah, Detroit's game. I predict the Lakers will trade 4-3 and D Wayne, Simon Harkless, and make it at least to the Western Conference Finals. Beverly and Jones are out of here. I wouldn't be surprised if they did that. I've said if they make it to the Western Conference Finals, I think they win the championship. I really do. If everyone's healthy and they make it to the Western Conference Finals, because I just think you're going to see a different LeBron James.
Well, and AD's proven that he can be clutch. Like he's not like a player that's gonna. This performance won't decline.
Don't worry, we're gonna make the playoffs if our team keeps balling and boys stay healthy. I expect us to knock out Golden State. West Coast with their fifth title. Yeah, I am with you. Well, the Jazz easily won the Gobert trade. They shouldn't have really questioned seeing how he's done with the Wolves. Oh yeah, that's no doubt. That's no doubt at all. What? As you were leaving, 30 people in the chat and only 9 likes. We had like 45 at one point, and that is uncalled for. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. We still got 36 people in the stream. Like the video. It takes a second. It really does help. You have no idea the power, especially this channel is such a small channel. We're not even at 3,000 subs yet, which we're trying to get to. So hit that subscribe button. Help us out. We're at 2,750. So we're only 250 subscribers away. That's
Look,
right
I'll tell you what.
Subscribe.
I'll tell you what. If you guys aren't subscribed, make it the Christmas present. Just open up your heart for the holiday and hit the subscribe button.
See, not bad. Open-ended question, but how would you feel about De'Aaron Fox in a Lakers uniform? I've always had a feeling that guy would eventually end up in the Lakers. See, I'm like really so okay. I think you and me have talked about this before.
We have, and I was gonna say, I think you favored it a little bit, just a little bit.
I'm not big on De'Aaron Fox, but I will say this year he's been a different De'Aaron Fox. Like for real. Like he's been really good this year, and he's a big part of the Kings' turnaround. This De'Aaron Fox that's playing right now for Sacramento, I would take him on the Lakers. I would. Like I said before, like I don't think you can win a championship with De'Aaron Fox. I still don't think you can, even with this De'Aaron Fox. I think if this De'Aaron Fox is the best player on your team, you're not winning a championship. But this De'Aaron Fox with like an Anthony Davis, this De'Aaron Fox,
as a role guy, I mean, as it's a little bit of a stretch because he falls between that like starter-ish and like the role guy. So I just where would you put him? Where does he even play?
I mean, he's definitely all-star player, all-star level. At least this year, he's an all-star.
But on our team, though, like I don't know if he could be that all-star.
So, like, if you switched Fox with like LeBron, right? Like let's say 2 years from now, Fox wants to come to Lakers. He comes to Lakers. We replace LeBron with Fox. Yeah, and we get this level of Anthony Davis. I think realistically, they could probably compete for a championship because this De'Aaron Fox is really good. I think he's like, depending on who your number one guy is, he's a number two guy. Yeah. I think realistically, he's probably a number three guy on like a legit like contender. You know what I mean? Like he's not a guy like he's the guy. Like I put him with like the Donovan Mitchells, like the guy. Like you either have to have like a really good team around him,
Walker, or he's more elevated. It's just the thing is like Walker's are playing so good, so it's like I don't know. You know what I mean?
No,
like
he's better. He's an all-star. Like he's like a legit all-star. Like he's definitely like he's like to me he's like a poor man's Ja Morant. You know what I mean? Like I think Ja is just more overall talented, but De'Aaron Fox, he's got the speed, he's got the athleticism. I will say Fox has been a lot more crafty this year, but I'm still not not completely sold on him if I'm being honest. I'd like to to see more from him. He's got to think of his daughter. Just stop, get help, apologize, take a break from social media and public for about 2 years. Yeah, great.
Facts.
But he made graduation. Yeah. DM rocks Cavs, but it's a good team, better than Jazz at the moment. We will have a great game, and we Lakers will knock them over. I agree. I think we get the W.
We're gonna bulldoze. Like we're gonna. Hey, really? Like, okay. So I know that we like. What game was that? We lost by 1. I'm having such a memory blank right now. We just played them. Pacers.
Pacers.
Pacers. Yes, that game. Remember how we were we were a little bit tough on like the kind of like we got the lead and we weren't like staying aggressive. I gotta give it to them. This last game, I feel like that was a focal point. Like, hey, we have the lead. We're gonna keep doing the things that we did to get us here, and then we're gonna like, excel on that and just keep going. Like, I feel like they corrected that, and like that's why I think if they can continue to do that, like a game like tomorrow, we should just run them over.
Should be ran through for sure. The LA Lakers will sign Eric Gordon. I don't know about that. I hope not. You guys are some handsome individuals. Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Thank you.
Which one's more handsome? No, I'm sure. Well, thank you. Thank you, Kat. Yeah, I appreciate it. Look, you made Jake blush. Look at him. Can't control himself. Find a way to get Heel, Turner, or DeRozan if available without losing Russ or Reeves or Walker or Schroeder. Fortunately, you can't get both. You can get Heel.
No, you cannot.
But you can't. But you can't get both. There's just no way to get both, unfortunately. But anyway, we got to the end of the chat. Is there anything else you want to say before we get on out of here?
No. It's really quick. Really quick before we go, we gotta talk about it. What did you think about Mr. Kyle Kuzma in that last game?
He tried to put the team on his back, man. If he didn't foul out, I'm glad he fouled out because who knows what would happen because he was like hitting it. Like,
tell me there's not some moments where you were like, ugh.
He was taking over. I love it. I love seeing him succeed. Like, I really do. Like, it sucks that we lost him. Hey, I wouldn't be shocked if he's a Laker next year. Like, for real. Like, because he's talked about the Lakers a lot this year. And, like, there was that one interview he had, which I thought was really funny. Like, he had one interview and he was just like basically just hyping up the Lakers and talk about how it's a different place and like you got to be built a certain way and blah 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 blah. And like he I don't know, it just like it seemed like he was like a dude that missed LA. Like it seemed like a dude that missed being a Laker. Like, so I wouldn't be surprised if he took like a discount to go back to LA. Like, I really wouldn't, because I don't think the Lakers will pay him what he could get elsewhere, because that dude's gonna be probably $25 million a year at least. But I could see him taking like 22 million to be a Laker. Like, I really could. Like, I just think he wants it. What about you? Real quick.
No, I had to ask because, like, honestly, for me, it was like and I agree, it was like a proud moment. Like, it was like, dang, man, remember like Lil Kuz on the Lakers? It's just like you were just like rooting for him. You were just wanting him to like break out. But then to see that, I was like, man, see, look, he finally did it. He was over here hitting the dream shake. I was like, man, this kid is hitting threes. I was just like, it was like a proud moment. I still was a little bitter because I was like, why can't you just do that for us when you were playing with us? But I think oftentimes that's what it takes for a lot of players. They go to LA and they learn something and they kind of evolve and develop. But no, I thought it was great. I loved it. But I want to see him back at Lakers.
Yeah.
It was a cool moment. I appreciate it.
Yeah. But, all right. Well, again, we appreciate all of you so very much for hanging out with us, being a part of these live streams. It was a good turnout tonight. We appreciate it. We really do. Again, don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We're on the road to 3K. It really helps. Takes a second to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, all that stuff. And we appreciate y'all very much. We will see you again on Wednesday. Don't forget, every Monday, Wednesday, Friday is when we do the streams here. Same time, 7 p.m. Pacific time, 10 p.m. Eastern time, 9 p.m. Central time. Again, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and we will see